Welcome to Design Education with Mia. Hi everybody, today I'm going to tell you about this manufacturing process called ceramic slip molding.
But wait, what is ceramic slip molding?
I'm happy you asked. Ceramic slip molding is a manufacturing process that reuses the leftover clay that you don't use, the bits that you carve out. All of this extra clay, all the pieces that are broken, all the pieces that you made mistakes on, all that stuff. It's all of that clay that you collect and you put it all together in a basin and you fill that basin up with water. So the pieces kind of look like this. Here we go. This kind of piece that's, it's maybe dry, but it's still a bit like wet. So yeah, unless it's baked, you can still put it in the water. And basically what's going to happen is the water is going to make all of the clay all squishy and wet again. It's going to look something like this. For example, you can put it in a jar. And I hope I don't spill this. But it's going to look like this, something like this. So you're going to keep adding water. I mean, this jar is too small for the amount that I put inside. This is a good example of what you'll get. You see that's like it's all squishy and wet again, and basically you're gonna keep adding water until it's like really thick, and it's supposed to be like wet, like watery, kind of like melted chocolate consistency. That's going to be your primary material for the whole process. So as I said, this is a very easy process. It's something that you can do at home. It's something that's done in art classes, design classes, in factories for manufacturing. It's very easy to reproduce. So we're going to go through all of the steps because you can actually make it using this video. So it's kind of like a tutorial. I just kind of do it all. Let us get to it. So you start by making sure the mixture is homogeneous. And you want to make sure that, as I said before, it's kind of like a melted chocolate consistency. Then you want to create a plaster mold, or you can buy one or whatever, but you have to make sure that it's made out of plaster. Because the plaster is porous, it's good at absorbing water. So what we're going to do is we're going to close our mold, make sure it's closed and secure, and we're going to pour in the mixture until it fills up the mold. You're gonna leave it for a few hours. I've tried this and I left it for like a day each time. You're gonna see that the water level is going down. That's because the plaster is absorbing all of the water, and it's gonna create a layer of clay all around your mold. Very cool, right? Blows my mind every time because it's so cool, it's so unexpected, right? Anyway, when you see the water level going down, you're gonna pour out the water left, and you're going to put in more mixture into the mold. You're basically just going to let the thickness build up inside the mold until it reaches a thick enough layer that you're happy with. When you reach that thickness, you're just going to leave the mold to dry for about a couple of weeks. 2 weeks later, you grab your mold, you open it up, your piece is intact and it's dry. It's ready to be baked. So you can put it in an oven, but you'd need like an oven that goes up to quite high. So you can't really use a home oven. So this part is something that you need to do in a ceramic making place. So you can go to a studio or something and you can have it baked. And then you can glaze it as well. Real quick before we keep going, if you're enjoying this video, please make sure you like and subscribe. That would really be cool for me because I can keep creating. If you keep subscribing and keep liking in my channel and all that stuff, we can create this cute little community that's going on. By the way, I appreciate all the people who have been actively commenting and stuff. It's really interesting to exchange ideas with all of you and talk about all the stuff that we've been talking about. So here are some facts about this process. The plaster mold can be used up to 100 times. Because you're using plaster, you can make really complex shapes because plaster is really good at adapting to different shapes. You can, like, plaster can get, like, these little wrinkles on your fingers. It's insane. Anyway, you can get lots of textures and lots of different complex shapes in your plaster mold, and the slip mold will also, the ceramic will also take that shape. So that's very cool. And the surface finish is really good. The surface of your product will be will depend on the plaster surface, but usually it's a really nice surface finish, and all you need to do is glaze it. This method can be used for both artisanal and industrial processes. Large pieces are quite difficult to make with this process because of the weight. So you have the weight of the plaster mold, but you also have the weight of the thing once you put the mixture in, and you have to have like a lot of mixture. So it's not great for big pieces. It's more for like, I don't know, like soap holders or cups or bowls or plates. Something that's medium sized it works fine. But it's also not the most precise method of making something. Just because the fact that it's going to dry, it's going to make it smaller, and then when you bake it as well, the piece is just going to get a little bit smaller. So it's not the most precise. But that kind of depends on what you want to do with this. If it's just a bowl, then you don't need to be that precise. Now we're going to talk about the environmental impact, because I love to do that for any and all videos that I make. I think it's the most important part of a project today. You can't leave out the environmental impact of something that you're gonna do. In this case, the environmental impact is very low, because most of the time you'll be doing this by hand, so there's not a lot of machine emitting any CO2 or using up any electricity or anything like that. And your material is something that you're reusing. So it's really not wasteful, it's really not polluting, so great process overall. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed this video today. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments below. If you have any requests, also leave them in the comments, and I'll see you later.